I might have to go again here. 1 second.
Hey, I got a drink.
Hi.
I think I saw.
Oh, is the stream back up?
Yep, it just turned up again.
Oh, cool.
So in fact,
cool.
what it was is that you were not hydrated enough for the stream to allow you to continue streaming.
That's really weird.
As soon as you got your wawa, you were back on stream.
I want it to be reminded to chat that I hardly ever crash, so this is a celebration moment. One of those moments worth celebrating. She crashed. Okay. Didn't cook the avatar of elements yet. Oh. Imprinted Arcana. That's the innate magics. That's Lorekeeper. You've just opened Lorekeeper. Did I only have a tab anyway? Yeah, I don't know what happened. Like, a bunch of the internet went really weird.
Yeah, that really is odd, because you'd think, if anything, all of it would go at once.
Yeah. I'm simply still vibing, I suppose. Bless you.
One day my lungs will function again.
I will breathe into them.
I need to
To
breathe
get
into
them
them as
off.
well. Right, so start.
25, 25.
So Discord is doing stuff. I think Discord might still be hearing your music as well.
That's weird.
Because I can hear your music through Discord.
You can keep it if you want.
I don't know if it's because you're streaming your screen rather than the program. It's just really weird because it happened the other day as well. And I'm like, that's not my music. What is that? And I was very confused.
I can stream the window.
I mean, I was just about to just like lower the music down. It doesn't matter to me, but
Doesn't really matter to me.
now I'll put my music on. And I'll make sure it's loud enough for stream to hear. Whilst low enough that I can still hear you.
Oh, Christ.
What have you thought up now?
No, I saw that Mr. Beast is now throwing clout at Kick, apparently.
Why?
Like, I don't know. He probably has, like, a financial stake in it.
I guess.
Also, I'm still not going to use a fucking platform that's controlled by Nazis. What are you talking about? Like a headline X on Twitch with Nazis who... The headline is on Kick at the Nazis who got kicked off of fucking Twitch.
See, the problem was, yeah, I used to use Kick. A lot of furries did, and then something happened called, they said they were going to shut down. Everyone left, and then Kick got bought out by someone else who added ads to it, and then everyone was like, yeah, we're still not going back to you because we found something better. It was called Telegram.
Mm-hmm.
So why would anyone go back to Kick?
I love when that's literally just fucking ending.
It's weird that it says that Kaneko's in my chat because of stream avatar, and Kaneko was in my chat before I even started streaming.
Imagine ending stream, I was watching that, ton of channel back. Look, it's not my fault. People are de-doxing Twitch. I'm joking. But can you imagine?
I mean, I wonder, is it actually... No, mine's showing up fine. Not that I really know what I'm doing today.
Whatever you want, baby. You're a free spirit.
Apart from coughing my lungs out, I know that much I'm still doing. 3 years and counting. Let's think. What have we got in terms of things that we were thinking of? There was the weird idea of having the droop snoot as an animal.
Snoop.
I think I've realised he's just called a heron.
Seems.
Yeah, I'm not going to be doing that today. As much as the idea is funny, because it'd be like a weird stream meme that gets built into the TTRPG, I do not have any kind of inspiration for the droop snoot creature. And it's only funny because I think it was Snails the other day was like, "You've still got that as an email." And I'm like, "Yes."
It's the groups.
You think I'm going to get rid of that? Never.
Let's see.
One thing I know I was thinking of was trying to work out more sort of monsters. But where were you thinking that the test campaign was going to be?
It's in Salt Flats.
So it's in
Can
the
you read
Salt
anything?
Flats.
Wink.
No, I don't read anything. Why would I read?
I'm sorry.
Because you mentioned earlier about it going all over the place, and I was like, was that actually like for the whole thing, or was that just for like?
Just in general, as we keep these sessions up, we'll probably go all over the place.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's what I was just double checking. So yeah, if it's in the Salt Flats at the moment, the only thing that's going to be there that will actively attack players is going to murder them. Because it's the long legs, unless we make like a juvenile version, like a young, juvenile, and mature stage that are like the smaller it is, the easier it is to cope with. Like the baby, the Broccolens can deal with that one because it's small enough that it's within their fighting range. Whereas the mature one, that's the point where it's like, okay, you might just want to like avoid this fight. You could take it down, maybe, but it's probably safer to avoid it.
Can you add an extremely loud metal pipe noise to the sound gloves? Do you perchance mean something like that?
I'm still really happy that I managed to make your dream come true with your punches being the metal pipe clang.
Ba-ba-ba-ba.
The fact that I was like, I'm really bored, I'm going to do that whilst watching the stream. I mean, to be fair, that was loud Sentai. My headphones like really low down, and that was like really loud.
Let's see.
Please don't kill my ancient ears. I like having working ears. See, Frop is in my channel. Frop might not have spoken, but they're there. I see them walking around with their Do Trio, I think it was.
Trying to make some loud pipe noises with Sentai, ayo? And kicks your ass.
Sentai,
thank you for the gift. Thank you for the gift. Oh.
Why would you gift it to Ace? I mean, we've all got to go on a date with Sentai. Because Sentai, little guy Sentai.
Sentai is a little guy.
Takes out a microscope. Oh, look, a little Sentai. He's a little guy. Little Sentai. Every time I go into Sentai's chat, I'm like, it's Sentai, little guy, Sentai. Or something along those lines.
He's Sentai.
He's Sentai, the little guy. That little guy called Sentai.
Okay. I made 2 things for Imprinted Arcana I think could be, like, really fun. Imprinted Arcana is where you're just magic to start. I'm Mala. How you doing, Mala?
The Mala.
Hydrate? Don't worry, I got my hydration with me. You admitted war crimes and now you're writing a character? Hell yeah!
There you go. Whilst I'm thinking of a creature to draw, that's what chat can look at.
God, I fucking hate Kick. I do hate Kick with passion. Okay, Twitch put out a statement, right? Today's branded content policy update was overly broad. If this created confusion and frustration, we apologize for that. We do not intend to limit streamers' abilities to enter into direct relationships with sponsors. We understand that is an important part of how streamers earn revenue, obviously, right? We wanted to clarify our existing ads policy that was intended. Okay. So this was already the policy that existed, for just like clarifying on it.
Okay. I figured it seemed that most of it was what they already do. It's just the people that are very reactionary just did the thing they're good at, which is react badly to it.
I fucking hate reactionary so much. Can you not like wait until like news comes out before you like have a shitstorm in your pants?
Wait until they actually clarify what the hell it is before you go, oh my god, they're trying to kill the content.
No, but that's the thing about people. They're always so willing to like jump on Kick's demise, not Kick, Twitch's demise, while Twitch is just like sat here vibing. Twitch is going nowhere. Twitch
is like, we're here. We just need to make sure we make enough money to keep the whole streaming thing working. So don't have a panic attack. Meanwhile, everyone that's
on the reactionary.
Yeah, meanwhile, everyone on the reaction
that's kind of why I had to like
Twitch
unsub from Critical before he made some really bad takes. Was like, I was sick of the fucking reactionary way of looking at content where it's just like, oh, it has to be AYZBPL, otherwise it's not ZURBYY. Like, dude, it can be a lot of things. You're just looking at like the specific pictures. You poop in your jorts, you don't even know what you're talking about, you know? Blah, blah, blah. So Imprinted Arcana. We let them start with any spell from any tree. Not any spell from any tree, but like any three basic spells and 2 complex ones from any tree.
And they can.
That's why I unsubbed from this guy called She prefers bad reactions. Fuck you. Fuck you, Shamish.
To be fair, Ace, you were only subscribed because Sentai just gifted you a sub. You did not pay to be subscribed to Sheepa for his bad reactions. Sentai did that for you.
For your innate energy, you are able to... Mala suddenly back with the subscribly badge. Thank you for the sub? Question mark. It didn't pop up in chat or anything. It's weird. As if I haven't given this fucker enough money. I'll take some more if you want.
Yeah, I gave this fucker like 10 pence for a shirt. And then I also gave the company that made the shirt about 15 or 20 or however much.
I think the shirt gives me 3 pence.
Was it 3 pence? Oh my god, I'm sorry. I'm gonna need a refund on that. I only meant to give you 2. Please send me
away from my wallet, Harlot.
Post.
You don't mean that. You don't want to call me Harlot. For your energy, you're able to learn 3 basic complex spells from any magic tree. And I mean any magic tree. And 2 magic spells from a...
The bat is alive and attempting to think of a creature.
Plus 2. 12.
Yeah, I mostly live in that weird valley between being alive and being dead, and mostly
and welcome back again.
Yeah, and mostly I wish I was in the state called sleep all of the time, because then I can just become a pure sleep streamer. I'll be just making loads of money. and I'll be asleep. And I'll mute my microphone so I can say whatever I want in my dreams and no one will question it.
Can you honk shnu?
I can hunch now.
Honk shnu. Oh, that's interesting. SpaceX sponsored a drag event.
Okay, good for them. Shut
It's
up,
over for the
corporation.
Conservatives. It's absolutely over for them. They've lost. We win.
Yeah, they've totally lost. SpaceX did a thing that no one asked for.
Need full drive VR system so we can just stay online 24/7. Oh, full dive. Full dive isn't coming in any of our lifetimes.
No. Frop, if you have ideas, I'm always willing to accept them as long as it fits the whole salt flat thing.
Why are people mad about the 3% logo ad stuff? Like, that's a really, like... I don't want that shit clogging my UI, are you kidding me?
Yeah, that is better for us as streamers because it means that we have to give less of our screen time or less of our screen real estate to the sponsor to get the money from the sponsor.
It's possible within 24 years. They say that about every piece of science technology.
Yeah, by which time I'm already going to be retired and wanting to die more anyway. Wait, what am I talking about? In 30 years' time, I'm not going to be retired because they're going to change the retirement age to 100 by then.
Ace Beanie, I swear to fucking Christ, if you think one of those technology companies is Neuralink, I'm never taking your scientific opinions on anything ever again. What was it, 1,500 dead monkeys already? Somehow they've got FDA approval.
Wait, what? Were they? Why are they murdering monkeys?
Because they weren't allowed to use it on people.
I mean, but there's quite a lot of things that say you're not allowed to test on animals as well.
Yeah, but like they were allowed to do that because like they have money. It's not because the technology is good, it's because they have money. Oh yeah, imagine trusting the FDA for approval because of American food. You test on sheep, you're not going to get good results. There's nothing wrong with me. Like, mentally, I mean. Everything physically is going wrong. Anyway, I just wrote up and printed out Connor. I think that's nice. Thanks. Oh.
Okay, Frapper's given us a suggestion for a creature.
Stop suggesting creatures, Frap. I'm joking.
Kiwi.
Uh-huh.
But make the beak very pointy, like a kiwi beak, and give it scales like a pangolin. I mean, it works as a creature, but I'm not sure how it's going to work as a thing we're going to be fighting.
Yeah, and the thing is, you don't want to like flesh out the world with too many like tiny little details like that.
Yeah, especially when I'm the one that's going to have to design them all. I mean, I'm thinking mainly in terms of like creatures to be like attack creatures rather than just a generic creature. Because currently we're going to be doing the test campaign in the Salt Flats, and currently we have got in the Salt Flats the Sand Squid, which is neutral and will only attack long enough for it to run the fuck away. We have the Drill Ants, which are going to be unpleasant to fight and probably will be a bit too much for the players unless it's a small colony or like a raiding party that they just happen to stumble across. There's the Longlegs, which unless it's a small one would just murder the entire party and feast on their corpses for the next week. And then the Sand Whale, which is completely benign unless you just happen to accidentally get caught in its path.
Okay.
I'm also trying to think of what will fit with what we've got there as well. Because everything else can currently relies on the trees to get their moisture. And everything there has a way of burrowing into the tree to get at that moisture.
Yeah. Can remove that, like, alert, nothing weird's happening anymore.
So, I mean, rather than a kiwi, we could always make it an aggressive woodpecker. If we wanted a bird, like a flying enemy.
I call my cock a woodpecker. Because it's, you know, like wood. Like penis.
And it's also a pecker, which is a funny name for penis.
Yeah.
And fun fact about ostriches, their tongue wraps around their brain.
God, same. Imagine you just lick your brain.
It's there as cushioning. They've somehow evolved their tongue to be a cushion for the fact that they bang their head against wood.
Remember that guy who once upon a time did, like, open heart surgery on himself?
Yeah, there's been a couple of cases of weird shit like that over the years. Of like,
I think he did.
this,
It was either open heart surgery or he did his own brain.
I'm not sure about. I know that you tend to always be awake during brain surgery anyway, because they get you to keep talking and doing stuff, so they know if they're fucking something up early before they continue ruining things.
Yeah, he suddenly start going. Ugh.
Because often they'll get, like, say, I've seen things where they've had someone who's been like really good at being a violinist, and like their entire thing is being good on the violin. They will have that person play the violin whilst they're doing the brain surgery, so that if they kind of accidentally poke the wrong area, they instantly notice we need to avoid this bit because this is the bit that kind of like they need to continue their life after we've done this surgery. But yeah, the whole thing with the woodpecker is that if you look at an image of what it essentially goes, I think, over the top of their brain, around the back, and then underneath, and then comes out as a normal tongue would. And the whole point of it being there is to provide a cushion so that the brain doesn't get shook around too much when they're banging their head against a piece of wood 10 times a second.
They're fucking stupid creatures.
I know, they're really, really fucking weird. And the fact that they got to a point where their tongue evolved to do this, it means that at some point in the past there was a woodpecker that couldn't do this and was still fucking whacking its head against the wood.
Yeah. And, like,
It's
it had to biologically think to itself, I need to just put my tongue back up then.
It would not even biologically think to themselves. It's just that over time, a mutation happened that meant that it was slightly cushioned by the tongue. And then over time, the tongue just got more and more wrapped around the brain until it got to where it is now. But it just means that there's been hundreds of generations of woodpeckers
Holy
that have
shit,
been
hear me
banging
out.
their head against the trees. And
I got a
not had
horrible
this power.
creature suggestion.
Okay, go on.
It's like the ultimate fucking evolution of the woodpecker. We call it the woodhawk, right? It has like a big sort of like beak in the middle of its face and like 6 tongues just jutting out of its head. Because it can't see because it's fucking blind. And like it just grabs you with the fucking tongues and then just like pecks at your head to eat your brain. Is that a horrible creature or what? I'm sorry I described that thing.
It's definitely a thing.
Like, it's got no eyes, like a very big beak, and just grips at your fucking face. Oh, Mala. Mala, come join us on calls. I want to hear your beautiful voice. Mala. 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 See, I did my boy whining. He's definitely going to show up now.
Mala.
I am a Mala.
I am a sheep. Best meme I ever made. Almost as good as that like 2-minute long one that I made of Thanos and Iron Man. It's like, I am inevitable and I am a surgeon.
We talk about how like I have made an awful lot of like characters already. I mean, like classes already up to like a pretty good degree. Like the Imprinted Arcana is really good. Really good. I like what I did here. I need to nerf that into a nice satisfying 7.
Now, I have got to ask, when you said that it had 6 tongues coming out, do you mean it just had 6 tongues coming out of its beak?
I imagined that, like, where the face was, the tongues would just shoot out in, like, a bunch of... I like what you're doing better than what I was thinking, I'm not gonna lie. And, like, this allows, like, the fucking, like, brain to be fully shielded, so this thing just keeps fucking drilling. And it can drill really fucking fast, so it is genuinely like a fucking drill. 6 tongues, what's their number? At 666. Like, at this point, this thing is less of a fucking bird and more of just a monster. Is it even gonna have feet? What wings does a creature like this have?
Could you just not give it feet or wings and just leave it as this slug monstrosity?
Oh my fucking god. It is grotesque. Honestly, you know what this reminds me of? You remember the flail snails? They're this fucking creature no one asked for. You know what I mean?
I have never heard of them.
Really, they're from an older edition. They're like snails, but where the snail antenna is, they've got fucking flails. It's just like funny little monster concepts that I like. But yeah, I'm gonna talk you through the Imprinted Arcana, right? 40 body, because that's where the innate is. Innate magic being the Arcana imprinted.
Yeah.
25 mind and 25 senses. Even split. Starting abilities. Innate energies. For your innate energy, you're able to learn 3 basic complexity spells from any magic tree, and 2 magic spells from... Oh, 2... That is such a typo. And 2 event complexity spells from a magic tree. And learn 2 advanced complexity spells from magic tree of your choosing. You also gain +4 to hit with all spells, and +4 on all spell checks. You get what I'm going with here? They're like the OP but only in magic type class, you know?
Yeah.
Magical Body. Your magical gift gives you a bonus 7 permanent HP shield to your character. This HP only recovers on a long rest, but is always bypassed by magical damage. Now, I don't know if I should put bypassed or if the shield is shattered instantly by magical damage.
No, I like the idea that it's bypassed by magic, because they are magic themselves. And so it would make sense that either it would only be affected by magic, or it would not be affected by magic. So either only magic would hurt it for those 7, or because of how magical they are, magic just moves through that part of the extra hit points and just goes directly for the base.
So you remember how we wanted to make it so that the Imprinted Arcana was like a class that had a bit of a backlash to it as well?
Yeah.
So statistic 3 here is Magical Backlash. When your HP depletes to 0, emit a 1d6 magical shockwave within 20 feet of you. Right? When your nerve depletes to 0, emit a 1d6 psychic blast within 50 feet of you. When your senses deplete to 0, you emit a warding vibration within 10 foot of you, which does 1d6 sense damage. So, like, if they get too overwhelmed, they will fucking cause mental damage to other people. You get me? If they, like, get all their senses overwhelmed, they will cause sense damage to other people. This will hit friends.
Ooh, yeah, that's going to be... I was going to say fun, and then I remembered that that's going to be not fun for anyone involved.
You could simply upgrade to remove, like, the damage that this would deal to your friends. But I like it as, like, a little consequence, you know? Like, if you play this class, you want to be at a distance anyway, so maybe that is good enough for you. If an enemy chews at your fucking, like, body and you explode, maybe it'll even save you by, like, them running away.
Yeah, maybe that's the reasoning behind it. It's like a self-detonation survival thing.
Yeah. Like, it's a self-defense mechanism that they can't control, which will hurt friend and foe. So the only real bad one here is the nerve damage. The nerve damage... If these guys lose their fucking nerve, they might fucking make the entire party go insane. And honestly, I kind of like it, don't you?
Well, yeah, it makes it like... Because the whole point of the Imprinted Arcana was one of those ones that was like people going to be wary.
It's kind of like the X-Men,
and it makes sense why they're wary of it if they know that if they lose their nerve, it can really fuck anyone up around them.
See, it's like X-Men in a sense, right? You're a mutant. You're different. Your ability doesn't always help you. It isn't always useful. You can learn to live with it. You can learn to cope with it. You might even outgrow its negative effects. Why should you? Doesn't it make you strong? And then, like, some sort of, like, fucking tribal guy in a wheelchair comes up to you and he's bald and he's like, I want you guys to come to my academy. I want you to come to my cave of gifted magicians. The Cave of Gifted Magicians just has a Wolverine in it. Not even the character, just a fucking live Wolverine.
Because the one in the wheelchair is actually a druid craftsman.
Oh my god, I like the idea that they've also got a Cyclops there and he's just like, sup? Oh my god, the X-Men puns. You want to talk a bit about how stupid New Doctor Strange was?
Yeah, it was really stupid.
I will stand by. I really liked what they did with like the ending confrontation.
You cut out, so it said, I really like what they did with, and then you cut out.
I really liked what they did with the ending sort of confrontation in that movie. Where, like, Doctor Strange just embraces the fact, yeah, maybe I am a fucking asshole. I cut out at fucking, didn't I?
Yeah.
That's weird. Hang on, let me turn the video broadcast down. There we go. No, yeah, I like how at the end Doctor Strange is like, yeah, maybe I am just an asshole. An asshole. Why is it cutting it? Dude, I'm turning it off. Get a background noises. I don't fucking care. Sick of this fucking program.
I've just put my my sound filters directly on my microphone in OBS. I've put like an audio, like a compressor, noise gate,
Sheepy,
all those sort of stuff there.
No, like at the end of the movie, right, where he gets like the fucking bad book, and he like people are like, really, you're really doing this, and he's just like, yep. No, that cutting out cannot be a fucking me problem anymore. This is Discord. Hang on. Voice and video. Input sensitivity. How do I do that? Like, there's no reason it should be cutting. Yeah. Can you hold my horns? Of course you can hold my horns. No, but yeah. I just like the end of the movie, you know?
Yeah, it was a bit of a shitty movie overall.
I liked
Because
when...
a lot of it didn't seem to make sense with its own rules.
I genuinely really liked the part where he was like, oh, so you're going to possess a Doctor Strange in the other universe, but there isn't one in there. And he's just like, maybe there is, though. And then possesses a corpse.
See, I like that part where they explicitly say...
Don't make my horns off.
I like that part where they specifically say any universe where someone that's not meant to be there goes to will inevitably fall apart and die within like so much time. And then they're like, oh yes, and the backstory of the character that causes people to go into these other dimensions sent her parents to another dimension 20 years ago. They're already fucking dead. That universe collapsed and was eaten.
Was that the rules?
So, yeah, that was.
Or is it just like immensely fucking around in other universes?
No, because don't forget, a lot of the thing was that if you encroach onto another thing, it will start these weird things coming after you, and it will eventually cause the collapse of that universe. That's why they were so adamant about not having it happen.
Ace, can you put my horns on your model and show me what happens? Do they suit you? No, yeah, but again, I really, really, genuinely just liked the ending.
See, I only like it just because just the fact that it is so silly that they forgot their own story to that level of silliness that it's like, yeah. Especially the fact that at the end, Doctor Strange says, "I'm sure you'll find your parents someday," and I'm just sitting there like, she won't, because the universe that she sent them to by accident blew up years ago and took her parents with them.
So I'm thinking about like
Strange didn't say it.
Oh, when I'm thinking about that movie, the scene that comes to mind, and this activates the goth in me, is when he's like taking the spirits of the dead and like possessing them into him and stuff to like fly like this undead necromancer. Like that's how I like my magic done. I want that shit to be wacky and weird and wonderful, you know?
Well, as it happens, we're creating a tabletop that has several magic systems in it. You can have one that does that if you want.
Sure, I really like the idea that we make like one of the classes have the ability to just possess someone. And like maybe if their body dies, they can stay possessing that person.
Oh,
hi, Al.
I'm free.
Yay,
hi, gorgeous.
Hi. Oh God, you call me gorgeous. Yeah, I'm gay.
Hi, Angel.
Okay, calm down. You know I'll kiss you anyways.
I mean, they say the word is angelic, and they say that because it's got L in it.
True.
I'm more demonic, though. Let's be honest.
You can't just hold a knife and say I'm demonic. You have to stab me.
Mhm.
You can't just say I'm demonic without creating hideous beasts.
Look what Sherry's been making on her stream. I didn't put you in the title. I'm such a bad friend.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, I have. Have I put. No, I don't think I have put L in the stream title. The sheep is still there from earlier. And by earlier, I mean the last time I played. I did this because this has just been like my thing that I've been doing. I barely play games at the moment. I've been doing art constantly.
Mhm. Alright. That is a creature, alright. Are those parasites?
That's
No,
a
those are
woodpecker.
tongues.
Not a woodpecker, okay.
Yeah, and they're tongues.
The way this thing works
Lovely.
in universe is it flies down to its victims, it knows what humans are like, so it goes for the head. It latches onto their skull with its fucking tongues, and it drills in.
Oh god.
And it's blind.
It is blind.
And it's leggy as fuck because I like the idea that it's just really leggy.
Mm-hmm.
Because I like the idea that it doesn't actually fly down at you. I like the idea that it's flightless and it just runs at you full pelt. It sees you and it starts running. And if you don't manage to get out of the way, it just latches onto your face. Kind of like how I imagine Sheepa will be if I ever meet him in real life. He will just run right at me, and if I don't dodge, he will just put his entire face into my face.
Yeah.
Al, do you like what I did with Imprinted Arcana?
Huh?
Have a little read through, baby. I think this is going to be fun.
I like the
to play.
magical body and magical backlash. Could you...
Right.
Could... In the Avatar elements, could I change that damage to to ice damage?
That's DM's discretion, and since I'm your DM, I'm going to say yes.
Okay. Because I want to go full in on the whole ice.
Since I'm your DM, I will gladly say yes.
Yay! Thank
And
you.
also because I love you, and because nepotism is alive and well.
I love you. Thank you for giving me special privileges. I'll give you a head after stream.
Cheery doesn't get any of these privileges. I just sort of hit Cheery with a brick and say, get back in the creature basement. Keep making disgusting beasts.
Get back into the art hole, bitch.
Hey, yo. Who you calling an art hole, bitch?
Shove my paintbrush in.
I think magic sense has to be a thing. Yeah, magic backlash is something that's going to be really fun to see happen in the game.
I can flavor the whole magical body with this is a literal ice is on my scales and you hit the ice.
Oh my god, I just realised that this is just accidentally a secretary bird because of the feathers they have sticking out of their head. Which could make it even more violent because these things are they're already leggy. They've already got the nasty pointy beak, and the only difference is that there's tongues instead of feathers.
Are they flightless or are they very slow flight? By the looks of things, I guess that these guys probably fly for a very small time.
I think they can fly, but I know they're very stampy. I think secretary birds are the ones that just stamp on snakes until the snake dies.
These are anger seagulls.
Yeah. They're not quite as terrifying as cassowaries, which are the fucking meanest birds that currently exist on the planet. They will fuck your shit up.
Oh yeah? I've been holding off on doing the rogue because I actually don't want to touch a rogue.
So what you're
Guys.
really, what you're really thinking is, God, why the fuck did Cheery say Trapper? Why did Cheery just become a rune crafter instead?
The one character that I ever played in Dungeons and Dragons is a rogue. I'm still playing as a rogue. I'm having the best time of my life as a rogue. I'm going to be honest, I multi-class into a fighter though. But no, like, the rogue in this universe is more of a survivalist archetype, so I haven't really, like, thought that one out. I need to get, like, a better feel of the beast and the danger before, like, I can write out rogue.
We have like a raider class, like I guess someone who would well, I guess that's a bit too specialized to what ideas we're doing.
Raider is more like the stuff that you do.
Yeah, you're right. I'm just kind of my brain is low on brain juice right now.
I love you and your brain juice.
Yeah, that's probably why I'm short on brain juice. You took it all.
I would never.
Going by the fact that, we've got the fighter, ranger, rogue, all as hunter archetypes, and they just hunt in a different way. The fighter obviously hunts with just brute strength right up in the front. It runs after the things and kills them. The ranger shoots them from afar. The rogue, as a survivalist one, would be more about... It would actually be more like the trapper, which is good because that's what it turns into. So it'd be more that it would they would know where the trails were. So they'd be like, if we put a trap here, we will get something to turn up and walk through the trap because this is the trail that all of these animals always use every day.
So the fighter braves the pass. The hunter knows the safe way through the path.
And the rogue
endures the path.
Maybe? 1 second, I need a...
And I'm thinking it also works extremely... It also works alongside the fact that I was going to do it as a Crocman, because Crocmen are known to be the ones that will exploit paths that people take multiple times.
Guys, I want you guys to be very still right now. Don't say a word, okay? Quiet voices. Okay. There's Jazzy in the chat. Posture check, posture's fine.
I mean...
Jazzy!
Stay very shh. Don't scare him. Don't scare him off. Don't scare him off. Don't scare him off.
Are you sure it's the Jazzy?
Yeah, don't scare him off.
I mean, what if I gave it a bite? Would we know if it's a real Jazzy if I take a little bite?
It's a Jazzy sign of love to give a bite.
Just like a tiny bite. Just a little bite.
Just a little
nibble.
A little hump. Hey Jazzy, can I ask you a question? I saw you put out a tweet earlier saying that, like, when I bite you, it's a sign of affection. Did someone take that the wrong way, like an idiot? Meh. Because I'll bite them. Okay, I was going to have to put Craftsman in here eventually. Thanks! So I was being sexual all the time? Buying isn't sexual. People do that shit.
I mean, I in fact bit into a sandwich earlier, but I wasn't thinking about fucking it.
I don't know, that mayonnaise looks a little bit watery.
To be fair, these are the same sandwiches that I spilt on Sheeta's face, and he had mayonnaise on his face earlier.
Wait a minute. These sandwiches are looking awfully cum-like. Cheery,
oh my God,
you didn't come in my sandwich, did you?
This is very sus.
That's it.
Nothing has to be sexual. It has to be something like biting.
Yeah.
It's like it's not always. I hate people. Let people have nice things.
You gonna do something? You go ahead and do a thing. I'm not God. I can't stop anyone. Actually, I'm technically the god of this realm. I get to do whatever the fuck I want on my Twitch channel. Within reason.
I hate that at this point I'm closest to the fucking cat god.
Stretch? Alright. Just make cute boy noise.
You point away, like that.
You know when streamers on Twitch always do that thing where they like stretch and like and he
Yeah,
has like
I
a
am
little
that.
more.
Yes, I also watch Seb.
That's not my ass. Like, I am intentionally not giving you guys anything unless you look at the Twitter. Winky face.
Because you know we would clip it.
I think part of it for me is that I used to be dead silent about everything, and now like I'm allowed to be loud. I can openly be like this fucking creature I am. So I will make noises when I stretch. Oh.
Ace, can you moan in my DMs? Please, 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 please. Fuck, he never gives me anything no more. Ever since I stopped giving him head, he's been only unreasonable.
Damn, that's terrible.
I am terrible. I am terrible.
I am a sheeper. At some point, I need to make a jazzy avatar. When Jazzy graces my chat with his beautiful face and his butt.
The typewriter ASMR go hard? Yeah, I had to turn off the NVIDIA voice suppression because it kept cutting me off when I was talking to Cherry, and it keeps doing it, so honestly, I don't know why I...
It's okay.
You know what else goes hard? This cock? These nuts?
Your nuts shouldn't go hard. That's not normal.
What's his name? Okay. Let me check my saves. What are we going to call investigation in this? Does investigation still work? I know they can't copyright it, but it's still, you know. Doesn't make investigation just investigation.
Is perhaps something going to be shared between all the hunter classes? Or it's like trapping, it's going to be more like in the ranger and rogue area. Or rogue does traps for other humanoids and living, like, you know.
The way that we decided it,
traps for like hunting.
The way that we decided it is that like anyone can make traps, but only specific people are good and like proficient at using them.
Okay.
Maybe probing. See, I like that.
I mean, originally in like 3.5 edition, it was just called search.
I mean,
I'll do a bit of probing on Jazzy though. I mean, there's something about him that I just can't quite put my finger on until I start probing, and then I can put my finger on it and in it. I mean, what?
Number 16. Sussy Stream. Oh, I read bark and then my brain was just like, well, be bark. Thanks, brain.
Okay, Sheep was just moving his mouth and either drinking or eating. He wasn't muted, that's fine.
No.
I keep an eye on these things because the amount of times when you've accidentally muted yourself on Discord and not realised for several minutes.
So, taking cover, right? In any situation, you may take cover from sight, darting behind objects in the terrain. When in cover, creatures must make an investigation check of 40 plus player restraint in order to locate you. Like, it gives the rogue a quick way to slip in and out of stealth, essentially. It's what you'd want as a rogue, right?
Mm-hmm.
Have we done Protector yet? We have not done Protector yet. Would you like us to make Protector for you, Mala?
Mala.
My beautiful little Mala. I want to give him a kiss. Mwah.
Ace calling us degenerates. That's only because he's here.
The player.
He's a bad influence on us.
I know, man.
No, you guys are a good influence on me because I'm worse. I'm the worst always.
5, 6, 7, 8, 10.
Yeah, the more I'm thinking about it, the more I kind of like the idea that this is actually a parasitic organism. Rather than tongues. And it has like multiple hosts it can take over. And it just happens to be that in some cases it takes over these long-legged birds that might normally be around the inland sea of the salt flats.
Mala, I will happily work on Protector for you, don't worry about it. I'll add it to the queue of other things that I have to do.
Mm-hmm.
All the other 78 classes.
And if there's something particular that you're hoping for with Protector... Yeah, you have to make sure that the leveling's balanced, if not, we're going to have to tone some stuff down.
Well, I think from what you put in the thing in the chat the other day, about the fact that we've pretty much all so far chosen a class that is a combination class. And you said that if players do that, they would start at level 30 and get like 15 levels of one, 15 levels of the other, and then...
Oh yeah,
actually they could still have 15 levels in one.
You only done the first level. We need 14. We need 14 times 2, so that's...
on level is the other levels, and whatever skills you want to get on the way is anything else you want to get.
Okay.
The best example of that is the Lawkeeper, which I have started writing the skills up for, where it would be stuff like costs this, requires this, etc. 28. 29. Yeah, got him. Which one's Protector again? I can't seem to find it. Oh, wait, there it is. Sigil Wielder plus... Ranger. Oh, that's a fun one, actually. And bow skills plus the ability to place down protective runes is genuinely pog. How much does it cost for a bite? Bite comes natural to everyone. It is an attack that most beings can pull off.
See, like
human bites would be 4 damage, probably.
So I like the idea that the Protector can put sigils on the arrows. Or on the spears if they're using throwing spears.
Hear me out, right?
Hearing you.
We create a handbook of player attacks, right?
Mm-hmm.
And some of them simply require, like, a certain stat. Like, if you want to do a bite attack, you have to have, like, 10 points in drive to, like, drive you to be able to just, like, oh, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna bite. And, like, 5 points in adrenaline to just, like, sink your teeth into them. And, like, it's just a bonus action. You don't have to unlock it with any points or anything.
Honestly,
wouldn't
just, that be, like, default for, like... I feel like a lot of races would just instinctively bite.
A lot of races will get it by default, but for the more human races.
Okay.
And by the more human races, we
I would
mean
make
just
a
the humans,
barbarian
because
bite
everything
build.
else is going to be weird.
You could genuinely make a barbarian bite build. Because it would be like 4 flat damage to start. And then like it would probably increase based on your adrenaline and like muscle.
You're like those fucking show whatchamacallit, like the fucking one of those like you know, like people who break the bars of iron. You're like that, but you just bite them instead. Munch.
Munch. Yeah, if you want a
Munch.
bite build, we'll put that in the game for you. Hey, after this one, instead of doing the Ice Age, we should take like a break. When we eventually get around to the day where we can say, let's take a break. Instead of doing the Ice Age, let's make something different and unique and fun. Unless you guys are straight up like ready to do the Ice Age afterwards, I won't hold it. You know.
I mean, I'm more thinking let's make sure we finish the first one first.
Yeah, no, I mean like after we finish the first one. Like, 'cause I got a lot of ideas outside of the Ice Age. Well, surprise attack taking cover, and I'm going to do another one. Playing dead.
Hi, Dead. I'm L.
This was an ability that helped me out on my Hunter ages ago when I was playing WoW.
Remember, like there was like one really early patch where if you feigned death too long, you'd actually just die.
Good. That's funny. You okay, Cherry? I just saw you reboot VTS.
Did I?
I don't know, maybe Steam went down and up again. I guess we'll never keep it down. It gets knocked down and it gets up again.
You know, everything looks like it's
You
working
get
on
knocked
this
down, you get up again. Ain't nothing gonna hit me down. That song was made by your people, wasn't it? I feel like I worded that poorly.
I don't know.
It was made by Chumbawamba.
Yeah.
And it's about being violent in football hooligan gangs.
Oh.
I mean, it isn't, but you believed it for a second, so...
It's
Well,
not
I know it's
hard
about,
sell.
like, I know there's some alcoholism in there.
I'm good. I'm not good. That really caught me off guard. Ugh. It was bad. I like swallowed a ham, I think. Ugh.
Oh, yeah, that's never pleasant.
Let me just grab a drink of water. That shit is actually, like, in my mouth. Ugh.
Oh no.
Hey, can you guys figure out how playing dead might work in a fun way while I'm gone, please? Thank you, I love you.
It would just be, it'd be your, let me pull up the stats piece again.
Risk sense?
It'd be like, yeah, it'd be a versus check. You'd be able, like, you know, actually, you know, you can actually do it instead of like anyone can try playing dead, but you're actually like someone, you know, you'll slow your breathing down. You'll like you can artificially, like, you know, control your heart rate. You know how to play dead, and
Yeah, and I like the idea that you can play dead, and if something walks within melee distance, you can get a sneak attack in on them.
yeah.
Because they think you're dead, they walk past you assuming that nothing's going to happen, and then suddenly you've just stabbed them.
Mm-hmm.
God, I really am actually quite liking the idea this is a parasite now. And it's a parasite that lives in the inland lake, inland sea. And normally it goes after fish, and you never see it. But occasionally, there will be a bird that will swallow one of the fish before the parasite got to infect the fish fully, and so the parasite infects the bird host instead. And it just makes the salt flats even more horrific, because we thought it was bad enough that we made the Longlegs, but what if the Longlegs got infected by one of these things?
All it would take is a bird to be eaten by a Longlegs.
Yep, exactly. It could literally be that the parasite can survive being consumed and will just burrow in to the stomach of whatever it's in.
Stop eating these things. Oh, so
yummy.
The
so the
fish
parasite
just,
will always kill nature. Nothing is immune to it. If you eat something infected with it,
it will just go up the food chain until it becomes the top of the food chain in the area.
and beasts don't have the common sense to not eat it.
Well, they don't realise it's a thing. I mean, it's how a lot of parasites work in this world, as you know. The life cycle will be that it starts off as an egg that gets swallowed by something, that it then moves into one stage, buries itself into the flesh of that animal. It gets eaten by something else, which then gets it into the adult stage, which is when it reproduces, and then shits in the water. So there's more eggs in the water to restart the cycle again.
It's a horrible creature. We've done it. We've made another one.
Yeah, it keeps on happening.
So is this thing a leech?
Creature.
I feel like this is part of the Mind Flayer incursion.
Oh, that's what I was thinking, that it was going to be something related to the Mind Flayers. Maybe it's like the proto Mind Flayer, when it was just
maybe it's just
a simple parasite. It
like this is one of its stages.
I think about it like the opening of Baldur's Gate 3.
Alright, think about it like this, Cherry, right? It has a couple of stages to life. Number 1 is its egg phase. Right? Number 2, is eaten by something. Number 3 is number 2 is eaten by something and it becomes its leech stage. Right? Number 3, it takes over the host. As you see, the bird. And number 4, it consumes its host and lays itself down as grass or something, and then the grass grows more eggs. And this thing's entire motive is to just coat the earth. How do you feel about that, Carl? Why did we go into medieval Viking music, Tavern Inn Music, Volume 6? Is anything here DMCA? No, I don't want your fucking medieval Viking music. I like my other one. Damn it. Where's my text graphic? There we go. Okay. Hmm. Okay, I'm happy with the roll. Good. That gives us all the basic classes here done.
What time is it? Wow, it's really 4:24.
420. Blazes it in front of you.
Well, you can blaze it with me. You want to smoke weed together?
Can you be my weed smoking girlfriend?
Yeah.
And yes, she does smoke weed. Oh. Yeah. Oh, I think my opera just crashed. Close the window? No. Go forward. Hello? You back? Hi, Zazzy.
No,
Hi,
welcome back,
Zazzy.
Zazzy.
Hi, Zazzy Wazzy, quite lovely.
I assume, like, you can. There has to be some counters to this parasite, or logically speaking, it would simply instantly dominate.
Well, the idea is you kill it and then don't eat it. And it'll
Okay.
probably die.
Yeah, most
But
things.
can, like, cook it or freeze it, at a temperature.
Yeah, like
I
most.
don't know.
I'm guessing that, like, at this stage.
I think if you
Most-
cook it, you could probably eat it. But the fact is, this thing will be in most animals.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing stopping you from getting it, apart from the fact that it needs to actually get eaten by the thing in the first place.
Mhm.
So it could well be that it's just something that would never get eaten. At which point it's fucked. It got eaten by a thing that was top of the food chain but not good enough.
I mean, right.
And I do kind of like the idea that this isn't like the full on mind flayer yet. It's just the beginning of it.
Mm-hmm.
See, I like
God,
my
yeah.
idea
It's
about,
got to the point where it can infect multiple things.
Oh my god, I've just
but
had
it
a
hasn't
fucking
quite
horrible
got-
idea, Cheery.
Oh, go on.
If it infects a non-sapient creature, it turns into the grass, right? But if it infects a sapient creature, it starts becoming the mind player.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there wouldn't be like an elder brain to connect to yet, right? And that's
Well,
we're
I
not
think
doing elder brains.
the idea I think was that the first one that got infected, like the first sapient that will get infected, would be the thing that starts the whole hive mind thing off. It would get infected, and they'd be like, "Oh, this one can do things." They would go and find a secluded area, and then they would kind of maybe attract, like maybe because it's sapient and it starts getting the ability of, especially say if you like managed to get a haunted one or something, there was like a lot of like weird brain stuff going on. That's when it starts getting the hive mind and starts calling others of the parasite towards it. Of all
This is a
varieties.
horrible beast.
Granted, it's not going to be able to call the fish there unless the fish can use its tentacle face to walk, in which case that's hilarious, but it just
Maybe it
attracts
could.
all of the things that are parasitic or have been infected will start getting drawn towards the one, the sapient infected. And they will start to bring food to it, and it will start the process of creating a hive.
One word? Jazzy, you were always my one word. Sounds a little like the
Yeah.
flesh that hates. Yeah, kind of. It is just like a parasitic, like, otherworldly organism. It's like, imagine the leech tentacle god. It's the god of leeches, the god of tentacles, the god of eyes. The god of squid, probably. But mainly the god of minds.
Mm-hmm. Oh boy, deities. Yay!
Eat my brain.
Yay! Brain. I realize I failed at something, you know? I picked a snake, but I'm not into vor.
It's okay. I'll teach you what I know.
First step, open wide. Second step, get inside.
Oh no.
You meet the god of tentacles, no reason.
Third step,
You know, my dream is
Be
to still
my
get a
bride.
fucking, like, art piece with tentacles. Like, it's right, my friends. Honestly, it's mostly like. Actually, no, let's give him a bonus to like. Alright. Punk, welcome on in. The world's largest chomp on L. L, I'm sorry.
Yay! Hey,
Oh.
Chomp. You.
Did I do this right? I did
I
this
would know.
So we put 45 sentences is a big ol'. A 7-5-3 split. No. You like kissing men, don't you?
I like kissing.
Have you seen any that are
We're-
open
I'm
to having
not
kiss?
men or women. What about non-binary hoes?
But please, if you know any, I
Voicemail?
I just want to kiss a guy.
Yeah, I could kiss a guy or two. Or like 5.
I've got good news for you. I'm at least 4 guys.
Nice. Well, you're all I need. Even if you're one little guy, a silly little dude. You're my
You're
silly little dude.
You're
Wow.
gender fluid toaster. You can't be a toaster. Toasters always let me down.
Toasters don't even toast.
Ace, you're a lightning elemental. How many times do I have to tell you that electricity isn't going to work on you?
No, it's just comfortable, you know. It's just a little shock bath. For other creatures, yeah, but for Ace, it's just shock bath. I don't know.
This is the weirdest Pokemon evolution line ever invented.
Meh.
Meh.
Thanks. Love you, Marla. Oh, no, you didn't. You didn't, you fucking fuck. Guys, I need you to make a clip of what I just wrote because my cat headbutted my keyboard and it fucking deleted it. It's the most embarrassing moment of my streaming life. Please, someone make a clip of that so that I can remember what I just wrote, please. I was so engaged in thought, I don't remember what I just wrote. My cat headbutted my keyboard, now I don't remember what I wrote. Please.
What?
Control-Z isn't working. Control-Z isn't working.
Hang on.
I'm dying. I'm dying of ligma.
no.
This is the most embarrassing moment of my life.
Oh no.
I've never had my cat undo my fucking work before. I feel so ashamed. If I control Z more, this is gonna happen, Ace. This is gonna happen. Oh.
Oh,
Have
no.
you tried doing Control Y and seeing?
Yeah,
if
just
it
go
goes back?
forward.
Hang on.
Maybe
If
you need to go
undoing
forward
it
and not
didn't work,
backwards.
then maybe it's the fact that the cat
It's not.
headbutted undo.
The cat headbutted Matilda key. Everything's gone. Please help me, Cherry.
Oh, no.
Go back in time. Go back in time. I need to know what I wrote. I need to know what I wrote.
I'm waiting for Twitch to fucking wake up. Hang on.
I wrote sharp eyes. Rings.
Because Twitch refuses to open the thing
You
up
got
that's
it?
actually.
Oh, thank you, Val. Oh, thank you, please. Please, Val. Please. I need you. I need you. It's the most embarrassing moment of my life. Okay, thank you. Mala. Mala, you're massive.
Oh dear
There you
God.
go. Okay,
Mama.
disappear.
Mala!
No, I love you. I love you. Stay, please. I love you.
He's a mala.
I just want to say how much
okay.
I love you, and I hope you had a good pizza, and I love you so much, and you're an inspiration to me, and I love you.
Thank you.
My only question is, where's our pizza?
I have one more slice of pizza left.
Slice.
Well, it was a square cut.
I got 2 slices of Hawaiian pizza. They're
Why?
okay.
I'll take all 3 of the slices. L slices and.
No, that's all in my stomach. I'm sorry.
I'm
Oh
sorry,
no,
sis.
I'm going to take it out now. I'm sorry, but you're in the pantry.
No. It's my pizza. When you're a ranger, are you going to be using slings or javelins more?
I
I'm
would say
actually
you could have
using
slings,
Jacob
javelins,
at this
bows.
Because early humans use bows quite. Yeah.
And you, what is it called? The atlatl? That thing. The thing that helps you throw spears. That's ancient. That's something you definitely have.
That was the Romans used that thing, didn't they? That's about as early as I knew about it, which is like the spear thrower.
Spear thrower. Romans used it. The Incans used
Yeah.
it.
The spear thrower. I imagine.
Some tribes in Africa used it.
Mm-hmm.
But they all
Yeah.
had different variations. And it was always interesting looking at how they built their stuff differently.
Yeah, when was this first made? We could definitely have this in ancient history. Because it's slang.
Sling is an OP fucking weapon.
It really is.
Yeah, it is. It was in
Malo,
the Bible.
can I, like-
estimate.
Can I just, like, press my face into your
Oh,
chest,
yes.
Malo?
Old Stone Age. Yeah, they are old.
No. I was just asking if I was allowed to do it, is all.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks,
Thank you
Malo.
for asking first.
I'm not that kind of bottom to just, like, sprint into people's chests. I ask first. Some people don't like being touched, and I completely, like, accept that, and I think it's,
just-
like, fine.
I just don't like being charged at by any person. My immediate response is to get you into a position to where I can drop you on the ground as quickly as possible.
I mean, in what position would I be dropped onto the ground?
Something to where
Full
you
force.
can... Yeah, no. As long as you can't attack me after you're down. That's my thing. I have a
Exactly,
bad
full
problem
force.
with people running at me trying to get me.
No, I'm gonna approach you gently, and I'll be like, "Hey, can I like hide my face in your chest?" And then when you're like, "Yes," I'll then proceed to put my arms out, wrap them around you, give you a big old hug, and then just hide my face in your chest for half an hour because you just saved my fucking ass, Marl. You saved my fucking ass.
That I could help.
It's cute when she
Also,
recharges
people
you 'cause
usually
he has
call that a
knife.
hug.
You can call it a hug if you want, but like I'm hiding my face in your chest for emotional support.
Doki. Wait a minute.
Okay.
He charges at you with a knife. Is it holstered?
How do you holster a knife?
In a sheath?
We don't have that skill. You just fucking unlocked a memory in me.
Oh, okay.
I just remembered there were a bunch of really fucking weird Pirates of the Caribbean books when I was a kid.
What the fuck
Sheepra was the one who did the clip. You know what, Jazzy? I completely didn't notice because Marla said got it first, and then I saw the link to the clip. I was kind of out of it. But in that case, I'll hide my face in your chest instead, and you can come comfort me.
Jazzy, we can put them between us.
No, I just remembered the series of books, and they were Pirates of the Caribbean books that focus on Jack Sparrow was like a young kid or something.
You mean before the movie they made when you was a young kid?
No, like, hang on. Pirates of the Caribbean. I thought Caribbean books where Jack Sparrow is it. Oh my fucking god. Yep. Hang on. I found the exact book. Not the exact book, but I found the series. Here's one. It's called Pirates of the Caribbean: Jack Sparrow: The Coming Storm by Robin Kidd. Gotta find the one that I read.
If you have Sharp Eyes activated, or is it an activation?
I haven't done Sharp Eyes yet, but Sharp Eyes was going to be like investigation or like awareness over distance. I'm not sure yet. It's going to help with senses.
Could the disadvantage be if something is for sense disimpairment? So, like a shriek or something, you would have to roll disadvantage.
Wait, could what be what?
It's kind of hard thinking of like cons for a lot of these things, but I tried.
We don't have to put cons on any of them.
Oh, we
Like, the
don't?
con is that
Oh,
everything's
fuck
trying
yeah.
to kill you. Like,
Oh,
specifically,
right.
I put cons on things that are like a little too strong. Like, Barbarian, right? Has an ability where he can expend 4 senses to let out an AoE roar. It's basically like a spell, right?
Mhm.
But these senses hurt him to do his ability. You know? That's like the drawback. Imprinted Arcana, right? These are like magic people. They have magical backlash, where if they if any of their like HP gauges deplete, they end up doing like AoE damage to anything nearby them. You know? Expels. Books. Come on. I want to find this book that I read when I was a kid. I'm not going to be happy until I do. Next them. Might have been this one. I think I found it. I found it. It was called The Coming Storm The plot is that Jack and someone called Arabella discover the magical sheath of the Sword of Cortez. They plan together to steal a ship and look for the storied Sword of Cortez and reunite it with its sheath. Arabella directs Jack to an abandoned ship, the Barnacle. They're joined by Fitzwilliam P. Dalton, the third. The three come upon an island. He come. How the fuck did you predict that the next few words were going to be come, Jazzy? You're a fucking psychic, bitch. We come upon an island where they meet Jean and two men, and Jean's sister-turned cat, Constance. Jean and two men lead the crew to a dead city on the cursed island, where they find the skeleton of former pilot king Stone-Eyed Sam. The crew realize that the notorious pirate Leftfoot Louis has the sword. They go rushing to the Barnacle when they suddenly come face to face with Torrance, crew member of the feared Davy Jones crew. Jack eventually defeats Torrance and escapes on the Barnacle. These books look a lot more boring than I remember them being.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's the problem about being a kid.
Oh,
I'd still read Oliver Twist again.
Can you get a meow?
Yeah.
Hey, Mala, can you give Jazzy a meow?
Yeah.
Oh man, that did something weird for me.
But no, I'd be down pat for reading Oliver Twist again.
Can you do it in
White
audiobook form? Because I really like your voice.
Thank you. I could try. I always thought about Audible.
Can you do Audio Jungle?
Audio Jungle. Just read the Jungle Book.
Honestly, you do have like a really appealing voice.
NPR was in the ropes, but I never. It was too boring. That shit's boring. And I listen to the BBC sometimes.
Oh God.
I like the funny voices they do sometimes when they talk about tea.
I like every British news report being like, "Hello, welcome to the BBC. Today, we're going to be talking about the current events unravelling in the situation. It seems that the chip shop in Devonshire has finally reopened for business. Isn't that the most interesting thing? We go live to our man on the scene." And then a man on the scene is like,
Yeah, she's open.
"Yeah, we got the chip shop open down here. We're having some chippies. Yeah.
When it's a bit bad, he says whilst his umbrella's folded inside out and it's pissing it down with rain and there's a gale force wind. He's like, but the chips
It's a lovely day in
good.
England down here.
Lovely day down here. The weather's a bit breezy, but it's good enough for some fish and chips.
Yeah,
you should all come on down for the opening day. You should come on for the opening day."
I've never met people that are just so calm during the worst rain I've ever seen in my life. It's just we're going down to Terry down in Louisiana. How are you doing, Terry? It's windy, cold. I don't know why I'm out here, but you need to stay indoors for the rest of your days. Don't even come out.
The thing about England is people mock it for its silly rain, but we actually do get tropical tier storms here.
I fucking know. And I'm like, isn't that that's the shit that I see in Southeast Asia. That's a typhoon. And they're just
We don't get any
drinking
typhoons,
coffee.
actually.
You don't?
It's like we're in a weird circle. We get big rainstorms. We get torrents. We get massive wind. But we don't get any tornadoes. We don't get any earthquakes.
No,
we just get sort of
earthquakes.
floods.
We do get earthquakes and we do get tornadoes. They're just really rare.
They're also really weak.
I've never
There
heard
has
of tornado.
been one earthquake in my lifetime that I have felt, but I thought I was dreaming, so
Same.
I went back to bed.
Yeah, I had a
And
little
there
tremor in
was-
South Wales.
And there was once a tornado in Birmingham in King's Heath, and it blew over a bin and knocked a few trees down and caused property damage, but no one was hurt.
I
And
once
that is the-
I remember the comedian.
I need that as
What's
a
his
weather
name?
report, please.
Hang on. Yeah, hang on. We do have, confirmed reports. We've got resident reporter Chirione on the scene at the site in Birmingham where a tornado has just swept the area. Chiri, live to you.
Where's fucking windy down here? And you know what? And knocked over that fucking bin. I mean, we had Sandra down the road. She noticed it and she said, "Oh, it's a bit windy down here, ain't it? It's a bit swirly too." But she got no fucking clue because she's pissed out of her fucking skull.
We're going to cut then, Post. I'm so sorry about the swearing. And now for more news about the fucking monarchy we haven't gotten rid of.
Oh my fucking god. I just need to be the American commentator for one time on BBC. Just to be utterly baffled. Just like, yeah, it's a tornado, blew a fun bins over. Dude, I was in an F3 and I watched it tear apart somebody's farm. What the fuck? What do you mean that was good? That was not a tornado. That was some dude that got pissed and the wind blew that trash can over. Nah.
I'm trying to remember the name of the comedian. But he once had this really good sort of line about like how tornadoes sort of like skip over Britain and stuff.
And then 10 old women talk about racism. 10.
Yeah,
But
we
you
always
had,
have like the oldest women being like microphone shoved in their face, and they're just like, "Yeah, well, I don't agree with the people." It's like, what do you mean you don't agree with it? Well, I don't agree with them.
They are the people.
No,
They are the people.
No, it's fine.
No, it's alright, I don't care. It's like, bitch, you care.
I mean,
Hang on,
the world-
I'll find this better if I search.
It started going downhill when we let them people in. It's like, no, Granny, shut up! Stop it! Get her off the TV
What?
quickly!
Yeah.
You know, I think there's like a fucking lord on TV, and there's something I know it's all the way over in like fucking America. When there's like a lord on TV, and he's trying to badmouth like basically any non-white politician without trying to sound racist, but ending up just sounding more racist.
Yeah.
And it happens so much because they're like,
Oh.
they
Fandom.
try so much to like be careful with their wording, and the words they end up choosing are the worst words they could have chosen.
Okay, so it was Al Murray who said it, and he was doing this like stand-up bit, and he was like, "God, he lives in Britain," and you know how I can tell?
How?
Because you don't shit on your own doorstep. We don't get no tornadoes. We don't get no earthquakes. It's absolutely fine. And at any point we want, if Queen is in danger, we can start singing national fucking anthem. It should be right as rain. It's kind of outdated now.
You about to say y'all had a whole ass country bomb the fuck out of your capital.
No one was singing the national anthem back then.
That's the reason.
Mm. We're all busy singing like the medieval like torture songs, like
We're all too busy singing "It's a Long Way to
"Ring
Tipperary."
around the rosies, pocket for the posies."
That was British? I thought that was Dutch.
Ring around the roses?
Yeah, because they had roses or rosies.
No, that was tulips.
Ring around the tulips, pocket full of tulips?
I mean, you've also got to remember that, you know, "Ring Around the Rosie" is in English, not Dutch. So it probably wouldn't have the same tune and scanning of the song if it was originally written in Dutch and translated to English.
Bro.
Meow, 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 meow. We all
I always give too much credit to the Dutch.
Right.
Why?
I have finished the Pokemon
Danishes.
evolution line.
Are you a Volbat?
No, look at Chewy's stream.
Look at my stream and witness the evolutionary line of this Pokemon.
Oh lord.
And by Pokemon, I mean, God, fuck, what have I done with my life?
Mm-hmm.
Cheery. Couple of questions here.
First of all, why? Second of all, fuck why?
How the fuck did the fish become a bird?
Oh, the fish.
Yeah, the
Not the bird to the long legs. I can understand that.
The bird ate the fish
Okay.
and consumed the parasite which is sticking out of the face of the fish.
Okay.
The parasite then infected the bird.
Oh god, so like if something like survived for a long time with it, they're just like their head just gets covered with those fucking
Yeah.
things on. They get like
The
complete
longer it's there, the more tendrils will come out.
You know, I had it in my head, and it was disgusting and creepy. But this is even
Well,
more
yeah, I
terrifying.
mean that's like the worst part about it, is this thing is in your head.
Yeah.
That's how it infects you. It goes and
What's
eats your
in
brain
your
and then takes it over.
head?
It
In
essentially
your
becomes
Those
a.
head.
parasites.
I like to.
Zombie.
I like to
Zombie.
think that the way this one
Zombie.
works. Have you seen the weird isopod that takes over a fish's tongue?
Correct,
Yes.
I have. And it is a big problem currently right now in Kentucky wildlife fishing.
Yeah,
I really hope that it dies.
I do
Yeah.
too! They're
The-
fucking
the
with my
way-
damn fish.
The way it works is it basically bites onto the tongue and drains the blood out of it, and eventually gets big enough that it becomes the size of the tongue
It
and
becomes
takes the place of the tongue.
Mm-hmm.
And I like the idea that this thing does the same thing but for the brain. That it gets into the fish's brain and eventually is just like sucked up enough of the brain juice.
What are the black tentacles made of? Are they leeches?
The tentacles are just like the tendrils of the parasite that's inside the skull. It's like essentially the proto mind flayer.
Now it makes even more sense.
And what
Okay.
happens is, if I mean, Wooly made this point earlier, and I like the idea of it, that if a non-sentient race or a non-sapient race eats it, it just like
It turns into grass, creates more like eggs, and they get eaten. The cycle continues.
It will die. It will basically like spore off. The spores will disappear and dissipate and will infect new things. But if the thing that it infects by being ingested is sapient, it will move. It will start going. It will find a location that is nice, dark, and damp. So, like a cave or anything, and it will basically start to attract other parasites to itself that are not sentient. So they will eventually get there, and that's when the hive starts. And what all of the small, like the bird and obviously the fish can't get there unless it walks on a tentacle face. But
I want it to do that though.
I also think it would be
God,
hilarious. But basically, anything that's infected within like a 2 or 3 mile radius will be attracted to the sapient host, where they will become attendants for it, and they will start like start to get to a point where yes, the spores will be made by the sapient host, but rather than just letting them drift off on the wind, they will be very specific about what's happening to them. They will nurture them, they will culture them, and then go and put them into things rather than letting it happen naturally. At which point the hive starts to sort of take off, because they can be like, well, we can choose there's a bunch of animals around, we can pick and choose which thing it goes into, and it will help us.
And I could see a specified piece of hunter trying to hunt this down, or some type of lore keeper being serious about keeping that alive.
Well, yeah, I mean, have you ever? I actually just thought this would actually be a really interesting idea. Have you seen the either seen the anime or read the manga Hunter x Hunter?
Yes.
The Chimera Ant arc, where they essentially have a bunch of hunters go in to kill the ants. What if there's a similar campaign, but it's to get like, oh no, a hive has started. We need to get rid of it now. Otherwise, it's going to take hold, and we will not get rid of it. And this area is going to become a wasteland that no one can go into without being taken over by these things. And so they have to like put
It
together.
has to be like, I don't know. I feel like there should be like some downside, because they just sound like too strong. But then again, I don't know.
Here's the thing: with all the magic in the world and all of like the horrific flora and fauna, like they've got to be stopped at like every direction, probably, that they go into.
Well, the thing is, what I'm thinking with this is that there's going to be a range on the psychic effect of the host, of like the sentient host in the middle, so that it will, yes, it will attract any parasite within 3 miles, but there's going to be a point where everything has been infected, there's no food left, but none of them can get further away from the host without losing connection.
Yeah, Jazzy, I think they
So-
would be weak to fire. You could definitely, like, burn the parasites away.
Oh yeah. But this would be the reason why it would be like imperative in like the campaigns. It's like we've just realised that we've just found out that there is a sapient host. It's currently starting to attract things towards it. We need to kill that host, and that's how the campaign starts. You have to like fight your way towards it through whatever creatures are around, which
So
would
you're
depend. Yeah.
Just enabled via modify an emote thing. It's really funny.
You did? Yay!
It's
Well, yeah,
cheaper
that-
Modify
glasses.
emotes.
I mean that is how people keep doing the thinking droop snoot.
Don't forget the thinking droop snoot is real and it can hurt Cherry. It's my favorite emote. So hi Ichi. If Cherry didn't say it. Hi.
I had a different thing on screen. Hi, Ichi.
You silly girl. She ain't read her chat. But kiss her. Jazzy, I love you. And I will always love you. And I ain't never gonna stop loving you, bitch.
There it is.
I love you, bitch. I ain't never gonna stop loving you, bitch. Oh fuck, I keep forgetting to ask Karma how she does a fucking... I need to join Karma's server. I need to join Karma's server right now.
And say, how do you do your text? How do you do your sideways scrolling text?
I'm gonna fucking forget it if I don't, and you know it. Karma, she's my V sibling. She's great. We got the same model, mama. What a Discord? Discord. She would be like, how'd you do
As-
that?
I like this emote modifier.
It's good, you can do that to every emote if people enable it on their channel. There we go. I am now in Karma's server.
Congratulations, Hacker Man. Okay, I need to stop making these modifiers.
Modify. My brain is. I'm hungry.
What year is it?
2023.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Whose birthday is it?
Somebody's.
It's Mala's birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Mala.
Happy birthday.
Hmm?
Happy birthday, Mala.
Yeah, right. Happy birthday, Cheery.
Oh, what?
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Birthday. Birthday, man. Oh.
If I was a ranger, I'd be terrified of seeing anything that looked like anything else in this world.
I would be terrified of seeing anything with 8 legs.
I'd be terrified of seeing something too.
I'd just be terrified.
I'd be too terrified to react.
That's called fight or flight.
Flight, fight.
Freeze.
Fight, flight, fight, flight.
'Cause
Okay,
technically they didn't
freezing.
Yeah, they added in a third option.
I can't believe Karma has a section of her Discord that literally says, I know people are going to ask me about this in the future. When I edit to my stream, so I'm putting the video here for the fucking subtitles.
Huh.
I feel stupid.
I mean, that's not you being stupid. That's just them forward thinking.
Okay, so we don't want pathfinding, so we want, like... Also, what for going through nature? Real good. Yarding, hiking, traversing, no.
Would Scout just be an upgraded version of Ranger? Or a specified version?
Scout is like Ranger, but really good at getting around. Like, Scout isn't just Scout, Scout is Spy, you know? I didn't touch anything, but apparently the music on my desktop shot up to 57. I love Windows, I love Windows, I love Windows.
We all do, right? Windows, please, just work.
Microsoft Windows, man, please don't kill me.
I just want my things to work.
Imagine if it wasn't the Squid Games, but it was the Squindos games.
I would lose. Just send me back to Windows Vista. I don't care.
Okay, what if you, like, fought through the Squid Games, and, at the end of it, like, there was only 2 people left, and it was me and you.
Alright.
And I was just a little guy.
Alright.
Murder.
Would you execute me so you could win the Squid Games?
Murder.
Now hold on there. Before you ask that, let me also ask you this question. Would you ask me to murder you?
Yeah, I would ask you to just kill me so you could, like, have all of the money.
See, that's the problem here. A lot of the movies, people are just like, just kill me and go. Everybody's just like, yeah, I would happily do it because I had your consent.
Before I go, though, I want what I want you to do before you, like, shoot me now is I want you to tell me all about, like, the life that you're gonna have. I want you to tell me about, like, how happy you're gonna be, like, after you win and stuff. And then, like, I'm gonna feel really good about that, and then I'm gonna give you the thumbs up, and then you kill me.
I'm gonna be dead sick. Oh my god.
So what's really going to happen is that you'll be halfway through saying, please just shoot me, and the gun will have already gone off, you'll already be dead, and Mel will say, I'm going to buy so many fucking drugs, and we'll go off and be the worst protagonist ever.
You know what? You would be like, oh, tell me how happy you're gonna be, and I'll look you dead in your eye, and right, just like straight to your head, and be like, no, I won't. I'm going to be guilty forever. I'm gonna fucking remember this forever.
I'm going to take this money, and I'm going to do the worst shit with it.
I'm gonna
Mala,
split
would you
this
rather,
money in
like,
half.
I hop the
One of
table and fucking maul you before you get a chance?
Yeah, that'll do it. Like, give me like something like fight against. I would feel so bad if you just like do it, and I'm like, all right.
Okay, how about this, right? It's hand-to-hand combat to the death.
All right. I'll let you win.
No, but I might lose.
I'll let you win.
Come on, Mahler, it's really difficult for me to win anything. Every time my fists connect with something,
Yeah.
it goes...
It'll be
It
a
goes-
challenge.
It goes... Every time my fist hits something. It's gonna be difficult, Mahler. It's gonna go...
It'll be. Don't worry, I got a plan.
You got a plan? Is the
Yeah.
plan that we, like, do the Hunger Games thing where we both decide to off each other at the same time?
We just hug each other,
Aww.
and then I'll tell you, let's just lay down and cuddle, and then I'll be Little Spoon, and I'll like somehow maneuver your arms around in a sleeper hold, and BAM! They'll never see it coming. They're just like, oh, he got him, and I'm like, oh, yep, you got me. He killed me. Wins.
And then I'm gonna, like, pull up my jumper and, like, put it over your head so you can be in my jumper too. I don't know, I got confused halfway through the cuddle talk, and now I'm thinking about cuddling.
I like rangers with sleeping bags. No.
You can probably have some furs and stuff. You ever just sleep in nature?
No, actually.
I want to try it one day. I want to just like find a comfy spot of grass in like the summer or something. Cloudy day, just lay down, fall asleep.
Beep beep.
What if instead of killing each other, you just need to make out? Like, we just need to make out, or we need to win the make out session? Because I don't know if my kissing game is that strong. I really don't.
Can you challenge people to a kissing game?
Ask the French. This sounds like a French like thing.
Right. Cherry, can you challenge people to a kissing game?
I mean, you probably could. You could challenge anyone to anything. It's whether they accept that's the problem.
Hey, Cherry, we both sat here staring at screens.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Can wrap up?
Yeah, I am sort of wrapping up now.
Okay.
I've copied most everything I needed.
It has hit 12, so I've been going for a couple of hours on it. Well, actually, how long? Yeah, I've been going for 2 hours. You've been going for longer because I know I started at 10 or just after.
Should we go raid Danger? I don't know if you saw the other day when I was in Lara's chat, but I was talking about how Danger is a real big inspiration to me.
Let me
Do you have him as a person?
That sounds interesting. Do you have him as a person?
It's Danger Dork.
It's Danger Dork, but the O in Dork is a 0. Yo, does he have a fucking blahage? Ain't no way. Can you to make out first one to get hard loses? I lose instantly.
And,
is
it currently just chatting?
Yeah.
Yeah, I found him.
He is a real, like, inspiration to me, this guy. He's such, like, a wholesome dude. He's got, like, a really good chat energy. Like, if you stick around in his stream, you're gonna learn a lot on, like... If you're a Twitch creator, you'll learn a lot on how to, like, act and stuff. Like, ask people stuff. Like, be just generally friendly and stuff. He's such a good fucking inspiration. Like, I aspire to be half the fucking person this guy is. He's great.
Okay.
Wait, thank you all for stopping by. It's been fun. I'm naturally going to be back. You cannot escape me even if you want to.
Yeah, you
and,
know we're going to be back doing this.
I always come back.
You make sure to give Danger some love because, again, one of my most favourite guys. Jazzy made him do a flip once. I'm not joking.
What?
Jazzy said, do a flip to Danger, and he said, okay, took his headphones off, went into the background, and did a flip.
I respect that.
But yeah, thank you all for stopping by, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Oh, goodbye.
See you for
Goodbye.
tomorrow. Bye. And then